We're in the Lego house and I'm standing right next to the architect of this stunning building. So good to see you, Bjarke.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for coming.
We're standing here in a room where we see awesome dinosaurs, and I was told that this one is your favorite. Why? It's made of Duplo bricks.
Actually, I just think that when you look at the three dinosaurs, I think, of course, like the technique is pretty amazing. The Lego one is because of the fine pixelation of the Lego. It's almost too perfect. When you see it, from this distance, you almost don't realize that it's actually Lego. Yeah. But I think with the Duplo, I love this idea that the people building it went nuts. So you have this like mountain ridge on the spine of the dino that's inhabited by all these animals like deer and dogs, etc. So I think it has this like crazy psychedelic. It's almost like the Austin Powers of dinosaurs.
So it's funny that we're standing here right in front of these awesome models because they are built big. So this is the name of your company. So you like to build big as well.
No, at least we like big ideas. We like to dream big. Okay. But it doesn't have to be big. But I think I think one of the things that maybe would characterize how we think about the world, I think, is very similar to how Lego enables children to think about the world, is that Lego, to me, is amazing because it's not a toy where someone has premeditated how you're going to play with it. Yeah. It's more like a tool that empowers the kid or the grown-up to create their own world and then to inhabit that world through play. And when architecture is at its most interesting, that's exactly what we do. We imagine what kind of a world would we like to live in and work in and play in, and then we actually build that world, literally, and then we live in it. So in that sense, like this idea that you don't have to accept the world as it is, that you can actually create the world as you wish it was, is a mindset that can be planted in the child already when it's a child. Because instead of passively playing a game according to the rules or like doing whatever you're supposed to do with a toy, give them the tools instead and see what they create.
The fun thing is that somehow the dream of many builders come true when we look at you, because you have created this building, Lego house, and right downstairs you can buy the Lego house as a real Lego architecture set. So this must be stunning, right? You're creating something and think, hey, this could be cool, and now you can buy your own building. It's awesome, isn't it?
No, it's like being immortalized in Lego. I think it's quite funny because like underneath us is the Lego square, which is a big public space, but underneath the Lego square is like the treasure chamber, which is where you have like the crown jewels of Lego. And I think especially two sets down there are very important to me. One of them is my first Lego set, which is the Yellow Castle, when I was 5 years old. Probably the best Lego set ever made, I'd say. And then the other one is, of course, the newest part of the collection, which is the Lego house in Lego. And I think those two, I'm very proud that these two crown jewels are actually down there in the treasure chamber.
Have you been involved in the design process of the set, or was it up to the Lego designers in total?
No, actually, it's been designed by professionals, so I had nothing to do with it.
Of course, nothing.
No, I think they and I think they've done an extremely good job. Okay. But I must say, like the funny thing is, like we came up with this project pretty much the way it's built for the competition, and we presented it to Kjeld Kirk and the rest of the Lego jury. And the elements were there, like the Lego square, which is public for everybody, the connected roofscapes where everybody can sort of move around. And it even had the Keystone Gallery where we're now standing as the centerpiece at the top. But then we presented it to a series of master builders, and they came up with two suggestions that we included. And because, like, in general, they were very happy with everything we'd done, but they said, like, two things. Okay. The Keystone Gallery it would be nice when you fly into Billund and you land and you look out that you can recognize it as Lego. So they said, why don't you add the 8 studs on a typical 2x4? And that became the 8 skylights that make this really like a classic art gallery. Done. And of course, there are very nice benches on top, and you can actually stand on the skylights. And the other thing was that they said, why don't you, underneath the Lego square, buried underground as a secret treasure chamber, include the Lego vault, was their suggestion. Because, I mean, obviously all Lego fans dream of visiting the vault one day and see the first of everything. And it's
part of a Lego idea house, which is just 100 meters away.
Exactly. So finally that became the treasure chamber. So those two ideas, the top and the bottom of the Lego house, is actually contributed directly from some of the Lego certified professionals.
So the thing is that, of course, some guys out there would like to build this house. And am I right? You presented your idea as a Lego model. Am I right?
No, it's true. It's like we had obviously made it quite faithfully to the proportions of Lego. So when we presented to Kjell, we did two things. First of all, we filled a van with everything from our office that had to do with this project. So when Kjell and the jury went for lunch, we basically turned the entire conference space into almost like one of the rooms in our office. So it was like, drawings, images, paintings everywhere, and like sketch models, like hundreds of sketch models, big models, small models. So when Kjell came in, he sort of like, and then as the final thing, we had sort of copied the Lego architecture sets, and we had made our own Lego architecture box with what the Lego house would look like if it was part of Lego architecture. And we gave that to Kjell, and he told me that he still has it on his desk. So, of course, a little bribery always works in a competition.
Big move, of course. This has been for big. So we are standing, as you mentioned, here in the Keystone Gallery. But what is your favorite area here in this Lego house, and why?
I mean, maybe because actually, one thing I really love, the stair, like the 2 stairs actually. So when you come into the Lego square, it's a big open square. Yeah. Then there's like the bottom of one of the galleries above. It's almost a kind of ziggurat spiral that someone has like pulled down. It has a gigantic skylight that blows light down, and then a huge tree grows up. And then you have light coming down between the tree crowns, and then you can sort of ascend, circling around this tree, which turns out to be the evolutionary tree of Lego. So each branch is a part of the Lego family of worlds. So that stair is an amazing journey. Then when you are done with your visit into the galleries, you go down another stair, which is inside is clad with these ceramic tiles that have the same proportions as the 2x4s, and they go from white at the top, and then they become like colorful, and then finally, as you go underneath the ground, they become dark. So it's this sort of a journey, color-coded by the bricks. And then I think maybe the one gallery space, which is my favorite, apart from, I have to say that the Keystone Gallery is obviously awesome. The green space with the Lego City, I think is amazing. And I think this is probably the building we're ever going to do where there's the closest relationship between the form and the content. You literally cannot see when does the architecture stop and when does the exhibition begin. It's like one continuous journey. And I think the interesting thing is that because the Keystone Gallery, it pokes in to some of the neighbor galleries, you get a space under it that has a lower ceiling height. You might even have a problem.
It's fine.
So it's of course more inviting for smaller children. So what happens is that when you get under the Keystone, suddenly it turns from Lego to Duplo. Yeah. And when you see that in the Lego City, it's so beautiful because you have like this like incredible diorama with a volcano erupting. And as soon as you get under the overhang of the Keystone Gallery, the volcano turns Duplo. So it's like a genius. I had nothing to do with it, but it's so nice to see that. I think everybody who's been involved in this project have such a clear understanding of what Lego is all about. So therefore, everybody has been contributing in the best of way, and everything comes together as a concert of harmonies rather than some kind of cacophony of chaos.
You have explained something when we first met downstairs, and some friend of mine who is still town planner told me, yeah, the Lego house is fun, but maybe it looks a little bit too white from outside. There are not any colors, but you've mentioned something, and this was very interesting. Could you tell me again?
Yeah, exactly. So we thought, like, of course, like Lego House is going to be part of the town of Billund. So we didn't want also to create some kind of screaming neighbor. And maybe if everything was like orange and red and green, maybe it's nice in your living room. But if it's like in your face every day, so on the outside it's more like this kind of almost like Mediterranean cubist landscape of white ceramics. But then all of the roof surfaces that are accessible are in the colors of Lego. So it's actually like a color wheel. As you move around, it becomes like a rainbow, and when the sun and the light hits the different parts of the building, the light reflects up and actually colors the walls. So at different times of day, different colors are going to light up, and also at night you see the colors coming out from the inside because each of the bricks has the same color on the floor inside as outside. So of course here it's white because we're in the keystone. It's also when you mix all colors, they become white. But if you look in there, you can see this looks like a blue space, and there's a green space, there's a red space, a yellow space. But actually the paint is always white. So it's really the reflection from the floor and from all the content that illuminates and colorizes the spaces. So in a way, by dialing down the overall color, we actually open up our eyes and our senses to perceive the nuances of all the other colors.
Okay. And my last question, the important one is, and this is especially for you, which was the last Lego set you have built?
Oh, that is a brilliant question. Actually, I have to confess, the last Lego set that I built is actually the same yellow castle that I built when I was a kid, because I have a little brother who is 11 years younger than me, and at some point for his birthday, he had already inherited all of my Lego. So me and my mom had gone in and taken some of the Lego bricks he already had, and we had put the Lego castle together, wrapped it in a box, and then we gave it to him for Christmas. It was not the only gift he got, but he was so excited. He didn't know that he had already had those Lego bricks his entire life, but he was so excited to see it again. So that's also like the amazing thing with Lego is that with the same bricks, you can almost like rediscover things that you forgot existed, and just by finding the recipe and re-erecting it, it was as if there was this whole new castle coming out of the ashes of all the Lego he had.
So Bjarke is an elf and have something for you, a little present. This is our minifigure. So maybe you would like to see the yellow castle again.
Fantastic, brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bjarke from Denmark. He is the architect of the awesome Lego house.